on. Yeah. Fine. We've been playing phone tag. That's okay. Like, oh, sorry. I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna mute people as they hop on, so that way we don't get a lot of feedback and things. But yeah, guys, get your cameras on because I don't want to be just talking to pictures. Um, so let's do this. All right. All right, guys. Welcome
I'm
every
sorry, guys. Give me a few minutes because I have a patient that's agitating. Just give me a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna mute it.
you yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. You can mute yourself. And where are you? All right, she's muted. Okay, that's fine. All right, everyone. Hi. I am so excited to be on. Thank you so much for hopping on. Hey, Miss Marilyn. She's new. I'm so excited. Thank you for hopping on. My name is Merlene Bashat. So a little bit about me. I am originally from Haiti, right? I'm originally from Haiti. I grew up in New Jersey and I moved to South Carolina. So I'm in South Carolina. South Carolina. I was a social worker before joining this business. And so before even before that, I got married. It's gonna be 17 years, November 12th. Yeah. I've been married for almost 17 years. And it took us 7 years to have children. So I had fertility issues. So when I joined the business, of course, when I joined the business, I was able to conceive and I was so excited to just share my pictures, everything, everybody. When I went back to work, I was excited. But having that second baby was very, very challenging for me. So I was looking for a way to bring in extra income while taking care of my baby, both babies at home. So when I saw this on social media, a friend of mine I've been in business for almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years in December. That's where I always talk about my story because no matter where you are, guess what? God is going to lift you up in ways that you will never imagine. I'm a believer, and just trust your process. So I've been in the business for almost 8 years and I am a double diamond. I'm not at the top. I'm not presidential. I'm not a triple diamond. I'm not ambassador, but guess what? I work like I am because you want to work where you want to work as where you're already there. Okay. So when I saw this business, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna join. I don't know I don't know anything about it. And when I called a girl and she thought I wanted to be a customer, I said, no, I want to make some money. I'm a red. I want to make some money. She was like, you want to join? And I didn't know she had just joined in November. It was a month. I just joined. And then so we were just trying to figure things out because we both were new, but I was just so excited. When I say ignorance on fire, I was copying and pasting and whatever pictures that I saw online about it works. I'm gonna make you a co-host so that way when people hop on, you can use them for me, please. It's not allowing me to make a co-host. So Claudine, if you can mute yourself, please. Okay, she muted. Okay, thank you. So yeah, and then so I was like, so I joined, and like this business is up and down, sideways, all over. When I joined the first time, it took me 3 years to go diamond. And then after that, once I went diamond, my whole upline, downline left, right? That was back around 2017, 2018. Then after that, I rejoined. So I went double diamond and I canceled my account and then we joined under another leader. So I went this 2 years ago. So I went back, got rejoined again and got back to double diamond within 4 months rejoining the business. And I've been a double diamond since 2020 again. And so total, I've been a double diamond for the last 4 years, still pushing through. I wanted to share I wanted to share a few tips about, enrollments and, how I work my business. And then I know Tanny's going to talk about her story and then how how she works her business as far as duplication. So, and before I go into that, that's my story. I'm never afraid to share the valleys, the things that I've been through, things that I, have accomplished because, and I just want to shout out my team who's on here. Listen, when I decided to cancel my account and I told my team about it, guess what they did? They came they came right along with me. So I am very grateful for all of my team that's still whoever's been here with me for the last 7 years, 5 years, 2 years, a year. I'm so grateful for everyone on my team because no matter where they are, they are part of the team, whether they're just running an auto shipment, whether they're just enrolling a customer, whenever they're still a part of this business and they're still pushing through. And for that, I am grateful. So the way that I work my business, guys, I work it every aspect. My number one way. So the first thing that I do every day, my non-negotiables, I wake up, I might do my journaling, I pray, I have a prayer closet, I pray, I journal. Then once I'm done with journaling and praying and all of that, I go on Facebook and wish everyone a happy birthday because I believe in connecting, making a connection with people. I send everyone who's celebrating their birthday a happy birthday. Once I've done with that, I prepare for my posts. I prepare my day. So whatever I'm gonna post for that day, I already prepare it. And I get up about between 5 and 5:30 in the morning, and then I prepare my day. Then once I'm done preparing my day, I set my post up, my stories and all the thing, everything that I'm gonna do, I prepare them every single day. I do that. The third thing that I do is I send my hosted post. I will not ever do. I always send my host to post messages. Host to post messages, if you're brand new, what that is basically asking people to post for you. Once they post for you, and when they get a comment on the post, those are going to be your potential customers and distributors. All right, that's called a hosted post. So you always want to do that. If you're not like doing in person, if you're not talking to people every day, you want to make sure that you do your hosted post. The other thing that I do, reels. All right, I do a reel. Some people do, like, I'm trying to get into where I have it where I'm posting like 3 to 6 reels a day because that's where the money is too. You guys make a lot of money. I'm pretty sure you guys are making money on reels already. So right now I'm only doing one and I'm beating myself for it where I'm gonna work on doing like at least 3 to 6 reels a day. So reels. And then what else do I do? I every single day I post in my stories. I go live in my story, sharing products, sharing the opportunity, and I talk. Like, I don't just post pictures. I don't just, I talk. I record and say this is the product that I'm using. This is what it's doing for me, and I share my results. I share my results in my stories. I share my results on my page. So that's how I work my business. And like I was telling Tanya, I was like, I enroll, except for last month though, because October was crazy, the trip to Punta Cana and all of that. And I was sick when I got back. Ooh, I was I was sick when I got back. So last one was a little crazy, but I normally typically enroll between 30 to 40 customers a month. And my average distributor is about 6 to 7 distributors a month. And so those are the things that I do on a daily basis to get me the results that I get on a monthly basis.
I love that. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Yay. Well, you guys, we just wing it. I always just wing Zooms. That's just me. And I love that you and I are very different how we grow our business. But now I want to know, because I have girls, throughout my entire organization who are top enrollers, or maybe they're more like me, or they do a little bit of, you know what I mean? But so how are you getting most of your enrollments? Like, are people contacting you and you're following up with them, or are they mostly through stories? I'll share how I get most of my customers and distributors after I share my story. But how would you say, I'm very big on following up. as I'm sure you are as well.
Mhm.
And I love that your presence on social media is so inviting. But do you find that most of your it's like, and I'm going to talk about consistency. I'm going to talk about that
Yeah.
big time, because I have so many people who join and become top income earners, or making great income, or I have girls who like don't do anything and they expect big results, right? So I'll be honest with that. You can't expect that. But so how do you get most of your enrollments? I know you shared what you did, but what is the biggest tip that you can give to new people or people who've been around for a couple of years, or the best way to get enrollments? I know you do all the things,
Mhm.
but are most of them contacting you or commenting on your posts or reaching out right away?
Okay, so perfect.
Sorry,
So
that was
I'm going to share for my newbies. The first thing that I want you to do, if you want to get customers, you want to go ahead and because you don't know anybody on social, right? So you want to go ahead and do a list. You want to do a list where if you were sick, if you were going to get married, if you were going to have a baby, who would you invite on your list? And once you have your list, and I want you to do about maybe 10 to 20 people, right? Because are you going to have a baby shower? Who are those people? Who are your top 20 people you will invite to a baby shower, to a wedding, to a birthday party, things like that. Once you're done with that, then you're going to send it to your enroller and say, hey, I have my list. What do I send? All right. And I can share the message that I usually send my new distributors here. I'm going to put it here. So this is what I usually say. Hey, I'm so excited. I just joined this opportunity, and we have like some amazing products. And you were the first person I thought of for you to try one of my products. And how about if I send you a list? Something like that, something simple, but I can share, exactly the script, right? So those are for my newbies. That's one of the ways for you to get customers, is to go ahead and build a list, right? Now, for my seasoned distributors, I do all of the things. My number one in getting my customers and distributors, host a post. Host a post. Every single day, I go ahead and send about, at least the minimum is 50.
Wow.
50 messages, asking 50 people. That's my number, at least to get 5 to 10 hostables. That's my numbers. You got to find out what your numbers are. How many messages will it take for you to get 5 people to post for you? Okay. So my number is 50, right? And then so I'll ask them to post for me. So right now, the message that I use, and I think I shared it here. Let me put it here again. And I just recently started this, and I've been able to enroll a lot of customers with it. So pretty much I give them a couple options, and I've been signing customers and distributors with it. Right? I'm gonna put it here. This message is like, let me tell you, it kills 3 birds with 1 stone. You want to send it to as many people as you can, but go ahead and send it to 30 or your 20, whatever number you feel comfortable with. All right. So this message, it talks about them posting for you. It talks about them trying one of our products as samples. That's simple cash. All right. Because I know you guys are in Canada. So I don't know if you guys have we have Venmo, we have PayPal, we have Cash App, Google Pay, we have all of that. So I know I do, right? So simple cash. And then the other thing is they become customers and they become distributors. And I've signed customers, distributors, and simple cash with this one message. All right. That's my number one way of getting customers, distributors, and getting people to post for me, and trial packs. The other way that I sign customers, I am very consistent. I am very consistent in discipline. Okay. Consistency. I share myself. I don't only just share the business, right? I share like who I am, right? I share that I use the products, I share my results. So I get people from there as well. So that's another way. Like the other day, a customer came to me because I posted something about, hey guys, these are my results. and they just came to me and say, hey, I'm ready. And these are people that I've been talking to for the last 4 years, 2018. All right. So by posting, being consistent in my stories, I get customers that way. A lot of people in my stories come to me because they see me every single day, and their faces like, okay, this coffee must be good because this girl is always talking about this coffee or whatever product that I talk. I'm very, very consistent. You know, consistency is for the win. If you're not consistent, if you start and stop, guess what? If you start and stop, you're not going to get the results that you want. You can't say the first week you're going to be consistent and sharing your story, doing all the things. By the second week, by the time I always talk to you about that, like by the time commissions post on the 9th, then you're done because you're not happy about your commissions from last month. And then you're going to start again on the 25th. It doesn't work that way. All right. So you have to be consistent. So that's how I sign my customers. Host a post, being consistent on my page, sharing who I am, go live in my stories, go live on my page, you know, posting every single day. And then the other way I sign customers, all of the things is Connect app. You know, I send my messages on Connect app. And then like people who are on my phone book, I send messages to them. And then what I use all the apps, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, all of them, TikTok, all of them. And I'll just message everyone, you know, there as well, just asking them if they are interested in the products or interested in the opportunity. Like if you go on my Instagram, there's not much about products or the opportunity. It's mostly cooking, food. And I sign a lot of people. It's basically once they like my reels and I send them a message, hey, thank you so much for the social support. You know, by the way, would you be willing to try one of our products, or are you interested in earning extra income? So I message them. Right. I don't even call it cold message. I just message them, you know, I connect with them. So those are the ways.
Sorry, I needed. That's awesome. I love that. And I love that you shared with everyone, because I truly believe, and even girls on my team who are, I love that you said you're just double diamond, but you guys, double diamonds, there's girls on my team that are like top 50 in the company and they're double diamond. So it doesn't matter your rank. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I love that you shared everything with everyone, because we're very similar, yet we're different too. So, I'm excited. Do you want me to share my story now, or did you want to
Yes, please. Yes, please. I have some girls on as well.
Yay!
Yes, I have them. I have Miriam.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone who tuned in tonight. And you guys, a little bit about me. I've been doing this business almost 8 years. And I ran to the top of the company in under 2 years. The person who signed me up literally signed me up, never spoke to me again. Never did the business. And so I had watched someone forever, and I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm all in. And so if you start a business and you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you might as well just stop. I'm telling you, because I never gave myself the opportunity to have a plan B. And I am always the type, and maybe because I was an athlete growing up, but I'm very disciplined, and I knew what I wanted when I joined this. If I do something, I'm either going to do it or not do it at all. And so I joined you guys, and I literally went all in, and I really needed this to happen. So whether you join to make $500 a month, $10,000 a month, you're basically doing the same thing. So when I realized that I could start making a full-time income quickly, I literally just got to work. I started asking people, I put myself out there. I was a product of the product. And literally when I joined this business, I really couldn't afford it. I remember putting it on my credit card. And I remember my dad telling me, like, if you're going to do this, you need to be using the products. You need to be excited and consistent with it, because people take you serious when you are consistent. You guys will see on my team, I talk about consistency all the time, because if you're not consistent, guess what? No one's going to support you. No one wants to join with you, and no one wants to buy from you. People are going to join with you because you're excited, because you're consistent, and people join people who know where they're going. And so I joined you guys, I ran with this, and by 3.5 months in, I was earning a full-time income, and I went to an event by myself. I literally found people in a Facebook group. I didn't have a team page or any of that. I got down to conference. I sat at the back of the room and I literally had chills and I cried, and I decided that this would change my family's life. I didn't want to go back to a job after maternity leave, and I never did. My daughter's almost 9. And so in Canada, you get a year for maternity leave. And so when you join a business, you have to have a big why, because a lot of people will join, and if they don't have a why, it's easy to just quit. It's easy, right? Because it's not a big investment. But if you were to spend $400,000 and get a brick and mortar store, you wouldn't just walk away from that. And that takes years and years to build, years. And you're hiring people and you're paying rent and you have to find the right people. So I honestly say, you guys, I started making 6 figures in about 8 months with this business. And then I kept going, and then I doubled that, and then I tripled that. So my business was boom, 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 boom. Okay. 2.5 years in, I went to Spain with our retreat. We had an international retreat, top earners in the company. And I came back finding out that my dad was diagnosed with cancer. Okay. I was a mess. I'm very open about mental health. We all struggle, whether you have depression, anxiety, PTSD. Oh my gosh, that's me. You guys, I came back. I was like dead. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I literally was on fire with everything in my life. And then I found out like my best friend, my dad, wasn't doing well. Okay. And it killed me. It crushed me. And I told my team, like, I've never stepped away from my business, but that month I was like, you guys, I just need time. I've always been there for my team. I always pour into my team. That month I had the biggest paycheck of my life. 2.5 years into my business. And that month I really didn't do much, but it's because I stayed faithful to the process over those 2.5 years. I woke up to a paycheck that would have taken me 2 years at my old job. So you can do the math. Okay. It was big. And I have always been the type, you guys, literally, and at 6 months later, my dad passed away. I was pregnant at the time. I had other stuff happening. Then I found out I could go into details about all the stuff that has happened to me in life, in my business. But I have to tell you that you're always going to have life happen. And when I just realized to embrace my journey, when COVID happened, you guys, I decided I needed to make some changes in my life and my business, because I wanted more. I wanted to help more girls on my team win. And I'm very, very honest, and I will run with my runners. I will walk with my walkers. I just don't sit around with people who don't take it seriously. I just don't. Because I was a gym manager before. I did personal training, and people either show up or they don't. I truly believe it's about the person. I believe that anyone can do this. I think we have 15 top 6-figure earners on our team this year. We have girls who have made $1 million plus. I'm one of them. But you guys, it's on the person. And I wanted my habits to get better. I wanted to keep growing. So I was like, okay, what could I do? I started comparing myself. I was like, oh my gosh, why is that person there? And I was still happy where I was at, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the biggest thing in this business and anything is having the belief. You don't need to know everything, but you need to be excited. You need to have a belief, and you have to have a why. Because when I look at people on social media, like I look at you and I'm like, okay, this girl has amazing posts. She's excited. And then I look at some girls on my team and they're like, oh, Tannis, I can't get customers. And I look at their social media and I'm like, I know why. So you have to be the leader of your pack first. Okay. So that is the biggest thing I will say. How I get my customers and distributors is I am very consistent. You will look at my social media for the past 8 years. Even when my dad passed away, I shared that. I was vulnerable. I'm very vulnerable and real on social media. I'm very, and you don't have to share everything. Like, I'm not saying you have to share every single thing in your life. It takes time to decide what you want to talk about. But who is your network? Who are you as a business owner? I love that you're sharing that you like to do cooking, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, it works. Like, if you look at people's social media and that are top leaders or top entrepreneurs or anything, it's like, who is your network? Who are you trying to share your story with? And we're not taught how to do this in school. So it's really like, the more you learn, the more you earn in this business. And like, honestly, you and I can be at the different ranks, and it doesn't really matter your rank. You can make a large income at diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond, black diamond. I'm a presidential diamond, but like, it doesn't really matter the rank. It really matters just where is your heart? Like, I remember my top leader saying, when your head, your heart, and your feet are all in, that's when you change everything in your life. It's your habits. If your habits are not good, you're probably not going to be a good business owner. You're not. If you're more concerned on the weekend about going out and partying, or are you more concerned on the weekend, like learning, growing, resting, going to the gym, taking care of yourself? Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to attract what you put out. And so that's the biggest thing. I will also say, you don't need to know everything, but you just have to be that type that's positive, exciting. Like if I see Jenny, I'm just making Jenny up, and Jenny's excited about her products and she's talking about the business and she's consistent, I'm going to be like, oh, what is Jenny doing? But if Jenny's posting like all this negative stuff and like she's not consistent, and then she's throwing some work stuff in there in between, I'm like, what is this girl talking about? Like, what's going on, right? And so your social media and you are your storefront. And so I mostly get my customers by people contacting me, by people seeing my stories, and then I message them and thank them. I'm very good at following up. I'll say one of the biggest things that changed my business 6 years ago is I followed up with this one girl for over a year, you guys. She came to one of my events online. I sent her samples. That's another thing. Sample packs are huge, 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 huge. I've been doing that since day one. She came, she joined, she went all in with the business, and she basically did every single thing that all the top leaders were doing. She exploded her business within like 3, 4, 5 months. And I think she earned $1 million in like 3 or 4 years. And by me following up with her for a year, it changed my life, it changed her life. And then she was able to help so many people by saying yes. So don't be afraid to ask people to join your team. That's the biggest thing I'll say, especially when you're joining, or if you've been in for a while and you're wondering why you're not at diamond rank, like a full-time income. Ask people to join you. Tell people you want them on your team. Be excited and really lock arms with people who want to do this. Do not chase people. So I'm a very yellow-red person, which just means that I am almost too nice sometimes, but the red in me is like, okay, what is this person doing? Like, they can change their life. Like, why aren't they doing anything? And so the yellow in me is like wanting to push people, like, let's go, let's do this. And I have tried to help people, and I wanted it more for them than they wanted it for themselves. You can't have someone say, oh, Tannis, I need this, and then they don't post for a week. Well, no, you don't want this. I'm sorry. Or someone can't say, oh, Tannis, I'm in, and then they don't reply to me. And I'm like, hey, like, I could help you change your life. Where are you? And so you find your people by you being that person first. And I will honestly say, I have helped so many people in this business. I've had so many people refer people to me. But I've really worked on myself. I've really worked on my mindset. I've really worked on just myself, like, just because I've had to. So if your belief and your, vision and your confidence isn't there, that is the biggest thing as an entrepreneur. And like, when I like go and see your posts, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I love her posts and her cute family and her stories, but you're also very consistent and positive. Like, if you look on someone's social media and they're like negative, and then they're posting about their business, you're like, what is this person doing, right? And so that's the biggest thing I'll say about that. And like I was just saying to one of my newer girls, she's on here right now, like, you have to be just no plan B. Like, if you make no plan B and you decide that you're going to be like, this is going to change your life, it will. And you have to trust your process, because you look at an overnight success like any of us, but it took a long time to get there and maintain that, right? And so I think a lot of times people are like, oh, why is that person successful? Or you guys look at like top income earners who've been in the business for 10 years, and I'll have someone join and they're like, oh, like, why are you so successful? And I'm like, okay, you've been doing this a month. I've been doing this 8 years, right? And so you're going to fail a lot. And the only difference between people who fail and people who quit is that the people who fail keep going. The people who quit are just done. and they just keep doing the rest of their life. And you have to think about why you joined. And if you have a strong enough why, you don't quit. That's the thing. Like, I have seen girls who've literally succeeded quickly and then something happened in their life and they quit. Then I've seen girls who have been in for a while. Hi, Erin, you rock star. Then I've seen girls who have been in for a while and something clicks, or they've had life happen and they get it and their business takes off. So it doesn't matter where you're at right now. Like, it does not matter. But I would rather work with someone who's brand new and excited than try and wake someone up from the dead, so to speak. Like, I'm sure you've had distributors and people on your team who say that they're all in and they're just like not around. And then you sign up someone who's like excited and they've been in for a week and you're like, this girl gets it. Like, you want to work with people who are excited, consistent, and are going to be willing to work on themselves. And if you're not using the product, you have to use the products. Like it's literally like going to a car dealership and your guy who's selling you a car doesn't even drive a car or, doesn't like the car. Like, why are people going to trust you? Like you said, people, see your results. Like, I had a huge lifestyle journey the past couple of years. After I had my son, I gained a lot of weight and I got really serious about my habits, my goals and everything. And it changed my business. Like, it really did. And so, I do host a post, like, not like you, I don't. I focus a lot on like relationships and connections, but I love how you are just explode your business, because I think everyone, do that products have any side effect? Oh, sorry, what is she saying? I can't really see that. Sorry.
Oh, she was asking if the products have any side effects. I don't know, maybe a customer's asking that. Sometimes they ask that, but
Okay.
yeah, sometimes customers will ask that. I had a question for you. I think Tammy has a question.
Sorry, I'll try. I do babble, you guys, so just cut me off and start asking me questions, because I'll just
go ahead, Tammy.
No, you go ahead. What were you gonna ask me?
What's going on? I do have a question. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm part of Merlane's team.
Hey, hi.
I'm one of her Emerald leaders. So.
Oh, yay. Awesome. That's an amazing rank.
Thank you. I actually just friended you on social.
Okay, awesome.
In particular, Instagram, and I see that you're private, which I find that to be very interesting. So can you share your perspective on that? Because somebody like myself, not to say that I want to switch, because I feel like you're open to more of an audience with a public profile, but to know that you are ranked so high and you do have your audience centered in terms of having that being private, how do you work that? What is the advantage or disadvantage for you in terms of that? And what made you like flip that switch? Because I also work another job, not to, this is my love, this is my passion. I love it here. But I do find conflicting, like, I don't want people from work knowing my business, but people from work can possibly be my business, so
Yeah,
I just wanted to hear your perspective on that.
Okay, I love that you asked that. So first, I'm going to explain quickly. I didn't explain the biggest thing that happened to me a year ago. I had a really bad accident last September, which, interesting enough, my business continued to go. I get better. I have a head injury. I fractured my jaw. My mouth split in half. I had teeth. Anyways, I don't need to share all that. Literally, I looked like a hockey player. Like, it was awful. Last September, I collapsed in my kitchen. I fell on my kitchen countertop. Long story short, I'm okay. But I've had 2 head injuries in this business, and I have a weird illness now. I'm fine. But anyways, it's an autoimmune thing. Anyways, so a year ago, I had decided that I was going to go private because I didn't want to share my whole life story there were different reasons for it. That being said, on my Instagram and my Facebook, I have gone private and public a couple different times, and different reasons for that. And so if you're someone in your life where you have had situations happen with it, whether it be social media, because I do have girls on my team who have had issues with social media, whether it's past things or things they don't want someone seeing. I had an incident, and so I only allow people on my Instagram, especially people that I know. That being said, I do go back to private and public. I'm probably not the best person to ask that because yes, honestly, for probably like 6-7 years, everything was public. And I do recommend that when you're building. But then again, if you've also have built, I think I have like 6,000 people on my Instagram, but I mostly build through Facebook and connections. And I have about almost 5,000 people on Facebook. And then through followers, people can add me and they can follow me. But I have found when I didn't have an open profile on Facebook, people had to message me because they couldn't see my profile. And so I started building connections and then adding them as a friend and deleting other people. And so, yeah, just the main thing that I didn't have it on public was basically this big health thing that I had. And there was a couple situations, but ideally when you're doing reels and stuff like that and stories, you do want to have it public. That being said, I do have girls on my team who only have a private social media and they're killing it in business. Like they work a lot by referrals or they do a lot of word of mouth or they do in person. I built a lot in person and social media all the way up to presidential. I still love in person. I still love getting on the phone with people. I love the relationships and the connections and being able to make things duplicatable. But that being said, you know, social media, you can reach anyone. So yeah, I'm not on TikTok because like, I can't figure it out. And I had worked with someone through corporate and she told me, she's like, Tannis, you know your strengths. Don't try and change your thing that's working for you. But I also believe that basically I stick with what works for me. I don't try and add a million different things on there because with my head injury and I still have that, I just started doing Zooms again, actually. And so I don't basically add more things to my plate just because of all of that. So hopefully that makes sense. But I do recommend having public because you could meet someone who sees a reel on Instagram and they join your team and they take off and become a top earner on your team. So I do go back and forth changing it to private and public. I don't know. I'm not good with stuff like that. I don't know why, but I'm always kind of changing things up on social media because I don't know when the algorithm changes, or like girls on my team are like amazing with reels and TikTok and we have all the training for that. I guess for me, I keep doing what works for me because it works for me. And so I don't change and add things up, but I do think it's good to have things public if you can. Sorry, that was a long question.
No, you fine. And I always preach that because you have to know, like when I go on these other Zooms, like on Saturday, I was on one Zoom, like every leader is different. Every leader is different. You have to know what works for you. If you're not a top leader yet, if you're not diamonding up, you have to find out what works best for you and do the exact thing that works for you. Like for me, right now, I'm not a top leader yet. So I'm doing it all. I'm doing the reels, the TikTok, everything, because I can handle it. I can manage it. Now, if you, like, let's say you were doing in person and that's the one that's working for you, just Facebook, why change it? You know, why change it? So I wanted to ask about duplication. So when you enroll someone, how are you duplicating? And of course, it's like everyone is different. You know, you can try to work everything with the person, but if their mindset, like you were saying about the habits, you have to have good habits in order to work this business. So how are you duplicating you know, your work through your leaders, or I mean your newbies?
So honestly, I will tell you, for years, I think I added people and got you think when people join that they know what we already do, right? But you have to understand when people join, you have to do baby steps with people, because I will tell you right now, I am a yellow red personality. And if you don't know what that means, it basically is like yellow. It's very like, I'm like the mama bear of my team. Like I have a huge like team and people know that they can come to me and everything. And I'm kind of like that protective mama bear, but the red in me is like, okay, let's go. Like, come on, you guys, let's do this. Right. And so, honestly, I get people to, sorry. Okay. So it really depends on the person, because I'll tell you right now, if you have someone that joins your team and they're all in with you and they're like, okay, Tannis, like I want to make this happen. I want to do all the things. But most people join a business like ours to make $500 a month. So there's no way I'm going to make Jenny do all these million things, because she's going to be like, whoa, Tannis, like this is overwhelming, like chill. So for years, I would have people, you guys, I was throwing too much on them. It was too much. So I like to do things kind of slower with people at first to keep them, but I want them to have those small wins. So when I get people to join, I get them on a phone call or I meet them in person. I want to know their goals. I get them to do like a post. I want them to reach out to, not everybody wants to reach out to their family and friends at first. I get that. Or I like to do online events and basically get them to invite all their friends or family or whatever, and we do an event for them. I've done events for years because I like doing them, and then I grow connections with people, and then I can add their friends, and then their friends and family can see my social media, and I'm like that third-party tool that can go in and help them close customers. I want to get them to like screenshot when people are messaging them, because let's face it, you guys, like when people are asking you questions, there's still girls on my team, they don't know what to say. But you have to be confident, and that's when you just learn. The more action you take, you learn, and you know what to say. Like I could voice message anybody about anything, but I get them to download their boards. I want people to start being consistent, but honestly, I want people to show me what they want to, because I have chased people and chased people and chased people. And unless the person wants to work their business, I am not pouring into them. I'm not doing it. I've been doing this almost 8 years now, and you have to find people who are, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be there for them, but people will show you. If people are consistent, I want to really help them. I want to help them grow a team. I want to help them, if they're getting on Zooms, they're consistent every day on social media. Yes, run with your runners, walk with your walkers. Just don't sit around with people who are complaining about everything, are not going to do it, because I have spent a lot of time, and it's the nature of the business, but I really like to have that connection, like for at least 2 to 3 months, and really work with that person. But if they're not making an effort, I basically just say, hey, I'm here when you're ready, but don't pour everything into them, because you might have someone who joins the next day who's all in with you and takes off, and you're going to pour into that person. Not because you don't care about this person. I've had friends of mine join, but if I have a girl who joins on social media and she's all in with me, this is business. I want to help that girl grow. It's nothing against my friend. Like sometimes friends think you're going to do everything for them, but you know, you have to know that you have to know this person's goals if they're willing to look through the training and kind of jump in with you. But I honestly take things slow with people. Like I want them to start getting customers and, you know, posting and getting the feel of everything. But I personally don't get them doing a million different things at once, because I find personally that just doesn't work for me anyway, because it overwhelms people. And you guys, if you sign up 10 people, maybe half of those people will work. Maybe some people will quit right away because it's too much. They don't get it. So it's kind of like once a baby learns how to crawl and then walk and then run, right? So I find, honestly, I like to take my time with people and keep them for the long haul, than just sign someone up and be like, okay, Jenny, let's go. Like, let's do this, because they're going to be like, whoa, Tannis, chill out. But that being said, if they're like, Tannis, I'm all in, I need to start making this amount of money by like 2 or 3 months, but they'll show you, and you kind of work with them based on what they're showing you. Because I have said over the years, I have wanted someone maybe to go diamond or double. But one thing, you guys know Ashley Mayfield, one thing she had said to me about 1.5 years ago, she says, Tannis, you have to meet people where they're at, not where you want them to be at. And like, whoa, right? Because you might see someone on your team and you believe that they can be diamond, double, top income earner, but maybe that person only wants to make $500 a month, which is amazing. It's still great, right? But I thought everybody joined to wanting to be a top income earner. And I realized that really quickly, that most people join for having something for them to make an extra income, having that community, and to just have fun. So I want this to be fun for people. I want them to be able to grow with it, but I don't want to pour a million different things on someone because they're new, right? being a business owner, it does take time. And I feel like the people I've really kind of like poured into and like, and then they grow, right? But if it's too much all at once, they like drown, if that makes sense. So I really get to kind of know the person first. And so we can really work together. And that's what works for me, because I feel like I said, if it's too much all at once, it's too much, you know? So hopefully that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it because like for me, when I train my new DT, like when I start, basically start with the e-suite
Yeah.
and then, have them download the things and then, okay, let's make your first post. Just like I said, make a list and things like that. But if they're not sending me anything back, like sometimes I'll text and things or call, not responding or
Yeah.
don't get anything. So I have like, what do you want me to do? Like, I've been pouring, I've been teaching, like just like you saw, like even in my chat, like not only I'll post things in my chat, I'll directly message, individually and say, this is what we have today or things like that.
Mhm.
It's just up to people, it's just up to people. Before I was just basically haunting people like in their neck. Now I'm just like, no, you join, I'm here, and whenever I'm here. So I just have to trust the process and keep enrolling, keep, until, everyone just keep building until you find that person that's gonna definitely run with you to the top. That's it.
And I also think it's important that just because someone doesn't get it or take off right away, I don't give up on people. That's one thing. I think that's probably the yellow in me. But then again, the red in me is like, oh, why isn't this person doing anything, right? So I'm always like, we always have trainings, we always have calls, but I will honestly say, you will know your people by watching what they do. If you have to bug them, you have to stop, because you're going to be bugging them for years, and then you might have someone who joins tomorrow and is like all in, and you don't have to tell that person to post. It's kind of like people who go to the gym. They don't have someone calling them every day to go to the gym or to eat healthy or to take their supplements. They just do it because they want it so bad. So like, I never had an upline. Like, I've never had anyone, like, I had to figure things out myself. And so when you become the leader of your life, when you take ownership of what you need to do, like everything changes. That doesn't mean myself or you won't help your team. Like, I am all in helping my team. I'm not saying do everything for them, because there's been times where I have done too much for people because I think they're all in, but I've really learned over the years, you have to let that person blossom on their own, because when they take off, they're going to be like, okay, Tannis, I get it now. And not everybody gets it right away. We're not supposed to get it. I only figured it out because I really needed it to happen. I watched someone for over a year and I was like, oh, I'll just do what she did, but social media has changed a lot. Everything's kind of changed like over the years. And then COVID happened. And like, honestly, during COVID, like there was a lot of things that happened for many people. And so good, bad, everything, right? So I think it's being patient with people, but also continuing on your journey and not waiting around for people. Because I have waited around for people also, and it can be exhausting. You have to like keep going, be there for people, but like keep going at the same time, because they'll pull you under too. I think that's a big, like, personal development and like taking care of yourself is like, if you look at any successful entrepreneur or anyone like Ed Milet, like any of these big, like Tony Robbins, all those people, they have a healthy routine and habits. And that's biggest thing with this business too. It's literally, when you feel better, you do better, you attract better, law of attraction, you attract who you are. And so, and I finally figured that out a couple of years ago, and I've been doing this almost 8 years. So it's like with everything, right? Like, if you want better relationships, connections, are the people that you surround yourself, do they have goals and dreams, or do they just like complain about everything in their life, right? I surround myself people who are making a large income, who are places I want to be and grow with, girls on my team who have big goals. I've had to walk away from certain friendships who, like, I felt like every time I hung out with them, it was like negativity. So you become who you surround yourself with. And on social media, if you have negative people, get rid of them. Get rid of people on your social media who are like, remove them and find positive people. That's another thing. When you do host a post, I'm like, do you look for certain people too? Like, I only want positive people. Like around me. Like, I just want happiness, good health, like abundance. And I think you have to really be careful and protect your energy too. Sorry, that was a lot.
Yeah,
I talk a lot.
no, that's fine. No, it's fine. No, you're fine. Like for me right now, the way that I'm doing my host of posts, I don't really get to see their pages because I'm just using the address book. But like if I see, like, it depends because like I said, I've talked to most of them. So if I see like the conversation was not going well, then I won't send it. But yeah, most of the people that I have on my page are like people that they're positive. And of course you're gonna get some of the ones, like I remember one time I asked one person to post for me. She said, "Why you keep asking me to post for you? You are offending me. Are you calling me fat? Are you I'm so sorry. I just hope you have a great day. I will not bother you again." And that's it. I just kept it moving. But yeah, so you're gonna find out. No, this was perfect. Thank you for sharing your heart. And I feel like we're similar in a lot of ways, actually. You know, we've been in for almost 8 years, and um the only difference is, like for me, maybe it's the network, the network that it's not the training. It's not the training because we have the training. I need to just find more enrollment, and just basically, I do connect with my team. They know they can call me. Um, yeah, it's probably, just keep, pouring into them and find more people that, that really, really, because maybe some people may, just like you said, the 500, maybe they don't want the diamond, or they don't want the double, they don't want the triple, so just keep building, always keep building.
Okay. Someone asked Google, sorry, I'm just reading this. Oh, you guys, I'm terrible. Oh, sorry. Everyone's asking. I should be wearing my glasses right now. I'm trying to read. Okay. Who is asking customers? Because I feel like this is harder than I thought it was. Okay. I want to know when this person started. Okay. Do you guys know that most people follow up like twice and then they give up? What does my daily work schedule look like? Okay. First of all, I want to know the Google person when they started. You don't have to tell me who you are, but I want to know when you started and you're saying that this is harder than you thought it was. I want you guys to know that it took me my first month. I signed my 4th customer, and 2 of my customers were like family members. And by my 3rd month, I was earning a full-time income. I want to know what the Google Pixel, is she still on? Or maybe she's not on anymore. I'm going to find out, and I'm going to reach out to her. Okay, so when people say that they think this is harder than they thought it was, I'll tell you right now, it's your mindset. If you come in thinking like, oh, this is so hard, or if you come in, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to grow. Like, I honestly think, like, I would say 85-90% of this is your mindset and your belief and your confidence in yourself. Because I got to earning a top income in 10 months and I was just excited, consistent. I needed this. I wanted it. I'm not comparing myself or my journey to anyone else. I'm just saying, when you say things are hard or, oh, I can't do this, like, you have to work on your mindset, because if you don't think you can do it, people are going to be like, okay, what is this girl doing? But when you work on yourself, like, I feel like you just attract better. I haven't got a single customer yet and still trusting the process. I'll get a month and a half. Okay, some of you guys on here saying this, I'll tell you right now, you're not consistent. If you post and you haven't posted for like 4 or 5 days, I'm telling you right now, people are watching, and I will flat out tell you that. I will be honest with people. You know, like, I think when people join a business, it's really important to think that like something doesn't work, or, oh, this person. But if you look at other girls on my team, we do have a lot of people who see success. And then I have a lot of people who might not be around, and they're like, oh, why am I not where that person is? Well, maybe that person's been doing it for 5+ years. Or maybe this person tried for a month and they quit. I was a gym manager, trust me. I would have people come in and be mad at me that they kept getting their gym membership charged and they weren't showing up. And I was like, okay. So I would say it's really, I bet you tomorrow, if I said, I'll give you $1,000 if you go sign up 4 people, I bet you would do it. Like, we still do contests all the time. See, right, Lily? One last thing I'll share quickly. Sorry, I don't want to ramble on and on and on. If you give yourself 30 days to clean your room, it will take you 30 days. If you give yourself 1 day and you need to get it done, I promise every single one of you, if I told you I was all giving you guys a Louis Vuitton tomorrow, if you signed up 10 customers, you would go and do it. So what if you looked at it, or whatever, $2,000, what if you looked at it as in the work that you put in now, it can completely take off, and you could it could change the trajectory of your life. I think Lily knows I can bug her. It's okay. I'm old enough to be Lily's mom, so it's okay. But when I give tough love to people, I wish I had someone who would do that to me. Like when I was first starting this and I didn't. And I will honestly say, if you really want something, you find a way, or you make an excuse. If you really want to get healthier, you're going to go work out, or you're going to go sit and watch Netflix all night. And there's nothing wrong with Netflix. I'm just saying, prioritize what you want, because if you put in the work now for what you're not really getting paid a lot for, it could turn out into that month, 2.5 years later, that I hardly did anything, and I made a $65,000 paycheck in 1 month. And so I'm sharing that because if you look at any business out there, Amazon, Starbucks, do you guys know people, it's like $400,000 or $500,000 to open up a Starbucks. You have to hire all those employees, you have to pay rent, and you're not even making your money back for years, and you're in the hole. With this, you literally become an entrepreneur, and you spend whatever you want on products every month. Like, hello. So it's a win-win. Yeah, thank you, Amanda, for being on. I really think it's all about your mindset, knowing exactly what it is you want. You have to know exactly what it is you want, because if you don't know what you want, you're going around in circles. But make a dream board, know what you want. Like, I'm sure, Merlane, you know, like, you have to make, like, once I made $2,000, I wanted to make $5,000. Then I wanted to make $10,000 a month. Then I wanted to make $20,000 a month. Then I wanted to make $40,000 a month. And like, it sounds crazy, but some people made fun of me in my life. And some of those people are sitting at jobs and they made fun of me while I've been able to help thousands of people in a business. So if anyone ever makes fun of you, they literally have no idea. They literally have no idea. But if someone gets a job, everyone's congratulating them, right? So a lot of people are not business mindset. I wish we learned this in school, you know? And I don't think being a business owner is for everyone, because you have to have that discipline. Real quick, how often do both you ladies get told no? How often do you get told no? Oh my gosh. Do you want to answer that?
And that's one of the things I always share in my team. The only reason why you know, my numbers are up is because I get more no's. And you know, I was sharing my screen today where I was sending like 60 host to post, and only like 2 people responded and most did not. And it doesn't matter how many times you get no's, but no's means not right now. And if you know what, you better be happy you getting a no, because it's like, I'd rather get a no than the person doesn't respond. Like, It's okay. And one thing I always listen to Les Brown, he said, know your vitamin, because you're going to get told no every single day. If you want to be successful, you have to know your vitamin. Like know your vitamin. It means like take it in. Take it in every day. It's bitter, it's sour. You have to take it in. It is getting closer to your yes. All right. So yeah, I get it's a lot of no's. We just gotta keep pushing.
And I'll share on that. I don't send a lot of messages out. I have worked a lot on like relationship connections and interaction. But that being said, I still talk to a lot of people, and they usually bring up the business or the products because I'm consistent, because I share the stories. Yes, I still do host posts and stuff like that. Not as much as you. You're a total rock star. That's amazing. But I will say, I am good at following up with people, because I will honestly tell you guys, if you just follow up with someone like once or twice, most people are just busy. And if you don't follow up with them, they're going to join someone else's team, or they're going to buy product from someone else. I always buy product from other women in business and everything. And if they don't follow up with me, I honestly just forget. So when they follow up with me, I'm like, oh, this girl, like I want to help her. Like, I honestly just forget. People are busy or they work full-time jobs. So there is a sales statistic where it's literally 8 to 12 times, I think 8 to 12 times. I forget it. I have it on my team page. But most people only follow up 1 or 2 times. Oh, they're not interested. No, you just didn't follow up with them, right? So the biggest thing is, I don't know, I follow up with people and I'm just their friend. I connect with them. I'm on their posts. I'm asking them how they're doing. You don't have to make it all about like business and products. I don't know. I'm very big on connections and relationships, and it does take a lot of work, but this is a relationship business, but at the same time, you're a rock star with sales. And so like, it's kind of connecting it all together and having all of it together. And whether you're enrolling a ton of people or you more so do a little bit of everything, whatever works for you. I truly believe that anyone can get to diamond and up if they're willing to like really figure out what works for them.
Yes, I follow up every day. I always tell my team I follow up until either they block me or the person dies. Like I always follow up, and that's how. And I don't know if I forgot to share that yet. I follow up every single day. I don't wait till Friday. I follow up every day until the person say, you know what, I'm blocking you. Okay, and then that's the only way I won't. I'll stop contacting them.
Did you know I've had people who have literally unfriended me because maybe they didn't want to see my posts? Then they add me like a year later, join my team, and like become successful or buy products from me. Maybe they just didn't like seeing my stuff because it's positive and they're in a bad place, right? And so a lot of times people don't want to see you successful because you're bettering your life, and they're like, oh, what is this person doing? And they just don't get it. And so when I see other people, like I want to see all of you guys win, right? I want to see people in other businesses be successful. I help a lot of other girls in business. They send people my way. I think everyone can win in this business. Everyone can win as an entrepreneur. Like there are millions and billions of people out there, right? Like you can meet someone tomorrow who like is a rock star. And so like, I think it's funny. I've had people who've literally added me and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I deleted you a year ago. Like I'm interested in your products. Maybe they just were in a bad place. So don't take things personally. Like I don't ever take things personally. I mean, people are go through stuff, right? So yeah. Someone else asked something. What does my day look like? Okay, we're past an hour. I don't know if you want to keep going or what. I'm happy to message anyone who has any questions for me. I don't know if you want to keep. I mean,
we'll take that last question. I don't know if anyone else had any more questions, but yeah, I don't mind. I love trainings. Like I love to learn from other leaders, because like my goal is to help as many people I can to get at least to diamond, so I love learning new ways. But yeah, we can take another question, and then I usually close out in prayer. So I don't know you know, if you guys okay with that, we usually do that in prayer. If anybody wants to volunteer and pray, that's fine. If not, I'll pray. Yeah, I had someone just text and she said she learned a lot today. I'm so glad you hopped on, Gislyn, because you know our heart is just to help everyone. So yeah, but yeah, one last question.
Sorry, someone asked me what my day looks like. I am not organized. I'll tell you that right now. Not organized at all. I am not organized. So like, I have girls on my team who are so organized, girls who aren't. So telling you right now, there's a girl on my team who is on to her second million, and she just started doing host to post a year ago and is on fire. And so I have girls on my team who have made it to the top without being mass enrollers, or I have girls like you who are on fire and recruit a lot. So I want you guys to know, okay, so I'm not organized, but I am disciplined. So for me, I'll share what I do every single day. Every single day, honestly, think of it as brushing our teeth. Like I think I'm very OCD actually. Like I mean that in a good way. Like I'm very open about like, I'm very like control freak. Okay. So I wake up, I am in love with my business. And when you are in love with the process of growing and getting better, you just do it. Like it's second nature to me. And so I get up, I do my stories, I connect on my page, I check in with my girls. You don't have to be OCD though either. But I want you guys to know, like, I feel like there's such a like mix of everyone on my team, and like people can be successful no matter what. I do my stories. I always make like an interaction post. I mostly work Facebook, Instagram. I always do a stories. But remember, and I've said that to quite a few of you on here, don't have all your stories it works. I have told some of you that for like a year. Don't have it all it works. Don't. People are joining you. I have a lot of people who join my business. They don't even know what I do. They don't even know what company I'm in. They are joining you first and then it works, okay? Because I'm not going to join Jenny if I don't really like Jenny. Sorry, I hope there's no Jennies on here. And so sharing your life, sharing who you are, being positive, and then sprinkling business and products in there. And then people are like, oh, what is she doing? But I promise you, if you're sharing it works, and you look like an ad, that's not network marketing. That is like spam, okay? So don't do that. And that is one thing. It works for a lot of girls, but I don't recommend that. I just really don't. Like a post stories, I do personal development every single day, whether that's journaling, whether that's working out for you, whether that's watching or listening to an audio. You know, there's certain personal development books that I can really recommend to you. But what was I gonna say? I don't know, I'm just in love with my business. And so, and I work smarter, not necessarily harder. You do not have to be on your phone all day. Have a set hour in the morning if that works for you, or in the evening if that's the only time. I've had girls who have worked their full-time job all the way up till they make six-figure earners in this. So it's just basically being disciplined and consistent with it. People who are busy, honestly, usually do well in this business. But if you're the type that kind of has excuses, like I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. So you have to want to post, you have to want to learn, you have to want to put up a story. And I promise you, people will take you seriously when you take yourself seriously. So I think it's just, I get up, I get a post to post, I connect on my page, I connect with my leaders. I do a power hour usually in the morning by myself. And then I reply to messages, I reach out to people, but I've honestly just kind of winged it.
Like, I promise you we're twins. I'm the most unorganized person, but I'm disciplined and consistent.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so crazy.
I have some girls on my team that are like green, so organized, and they're like on fire. And then I have girls that are like scatterbrains like me, and I just have fun with it. I'm excited. I share what I love. It's easy. But again, when you use the products and you love the business and you know where you're going, you will make six figures with this. I promise you right now, if you're not there yet, you can do it in a couple months. I've seen it happen on my team, on sidelines, and it's really having that belief, knowing what you want, locking arms with the person who you're with, or whether I'm your leader or, you're like Merlane's your leader. And so honestly, I believe anyone can do this. But like you said, ignorance on fire. I'm going to join you. I love your posts. You're so excited. I'm not going to join poor Jenny that I keep talking about. I'm not going to join her because she's negative. She posts about her business once every 2 weeks, and then she wonders why she's not where I am. Well, you're not where you, like, I'm sorry. So hopefully that made sense. It's like, you have to know, okay, I'll share this one last thing and then you can do your prayer. You have to be that person that gets over your own shit because you are the person that's holding yourself back. Sorry. And I decided that at the beginning of COVID, I was sick of like where I was at, just like in mindset. I wanted to get better. And so whether it's your habits, and I know a lot of you guys, myself included, we all have bad habits, and it's fixing those things that you need to fix about yourself, because then everything gets better. I always say when you get better, everything else around you gets better. And I'm going to stop talking because I just keep talking.
Yeah, this was perfect. And one thing, like,
I don't swear normally. When I swear,
we're gonna pray. We swear and we're gonna pray, but that's okay.
Yeah, we swear and pray at the same time. Like, I'm all about it. I just think honestly, there is no secret to like being successful. The biggest secret is not quitting, learning. Some people are just not willing to learn. Like, that's the thing. Like, we've never done anything like this when we started, right? And the girls on my team that are successful, like, they're willing to learn, they're willing to grow. And if you're not growing, I say you're dying. And so, like, I love Zooms, I love trainings. I try and get on and help other girls on my team and do stuff like that because it helps me too. Because I get in funks and I'm like, ugh. And then it's like, who am I talking to? Like, if I have someone who messages me, a girl on my team complaining, I'm not even gonna reply to her, to be honest. Not even gonna reply to her because it brings me down. I'll be like, girl, you need to work on yourself. Sorry, I'm getting red here now. I'm gonna stop talking.
But yeah, and even with
one
last thing, Ted, and I don't know how you feel about that too. Like, and one thing I always say, okay, yeah, it works. Like, who are you? You gotta share who you are. Don't just the copy and pasting by just, yes, follow leaders, but don't copy and paste everything your leader does. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta find out what is it that you like, and then you want people to know and love who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people are gonna join you, because people can tell if you're just winging it. So I appreciated this so much. Everybody, get over yourself, learn, leave those bad habits.
And that's us too. Sorry. Us too. Sorry, I really apologize when I interrupt like that. That's so rude.
No, you're fine. What did you say?
Us too. Like, we are not like, we need to do like things that you need to do, things that I need to do. I know there's things I need to work on. So when you look at all these top leaders and all these people, the only thing that everyone does better is that they've just done it longer and they've been okay at sucking. They've been okay at being sucky, if that's a word. You know what I mean? You have to be okay at failing. Like, you have to be okay at like making mistakes. Like, I literally, when I started, the things I would message people, like paragraphs of like about the product, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I see all my posts, but on this day when it pops up on your Facebook, I am consistently consistent. I know you are too. I see your posts and I'm excited when I see your posts. Like, I'm like, oh, this girl has great energy. I like her. I would buy from her. Like, you know what I mean? And if you're not like that, people are going to join from someone else who's excited and has big goals. Like, it's not that you and I are very similar. Like, you can be anyone. Just don't be someone who's like complaining and negative and, oh, I feel really bad, Jennifer. When I said Jenny, I wasn't meaning, I love Jennifers and Jennies. I don't know why I use that name because I love all the Jennifers and Jennies in my life. Sorry. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Yeah, no, I know we gotta stop. It's just like being stuck, because I posted a reel the other day. It was me and my cousin who were dancing. Do you know how many messages I got? Like, oh my God, you're Black and you can't dance. Oh, I said, go ahead and
Gosh,
share it
that's
and
so cute.
comment.
I watched it. I wanted to message you, but then I was like, oh wait, I can't join her team.
Like, listen, I was excited. I was excited, and I don't care how I look. I can look like a fool. Guess what? These are potentials. They're gonna be customers and distributors. Like, it was a bad reels, but guess what? It's content. Everything is content. It's showing that I'm silly. It's showing that I don't have it all together. I don't have all the right moves. But
Yeah.
guess what? People appreciate it.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But yeah.
we overcomplicate things when we really just need to be ourselves and the best version of ourselves. And like, oh my gosh, like I don't do reels. Like I should, but I've done a few. But girls on my team like kill it like on TikTok and reels. And then I have girls that are more like me. So you find out what works for you. Like, anyways, I really enjoyed that tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, I just want to thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you to all the ladies. I have one right now. She's on fire. She's excited. She wants to like do it. And she's been in the business for the last 2 months, but this Zoom actually changed it for her. So you just never know. That's why I always invite everybody to hop on a Zoom. Like I may say things that don't really, you hear it all the time. This is just Merlane talking, but Tannis could say one thing, and I've probably saying it before, but because it's from her, it sounds different. And the same thing, maybe Tannis team may hear something from me that they gonna they probably learn. So I love getting other leaders and just learning ways other people do things. So I'm excited. Um, my customer just texted you got the product. I'm excited, and I don't know if anyone else want to pray on the team. Anybody could pray, or I'll pray. If anybody wants to pray, that's fine too. If not, I can do it. Anybody want to volunteer and pray us out?
I think you're the rock star. I think you're the leader of the pack.
No, I don't mind sharing. But yeah, I can pray if no one else wants to do it. But let's bow our head and close our eyes. Father God, we are so grateful. Thank you for connecting me to Tannis. Thank you for connecting all of us together because we are one team, one mission. We are so grateful that we were able to have this Zoom together. We pray, Lord, as we leave this Zoom, we whatever we just learned, let us apply it. Let us apply it. Let us not forget anything that we learned, and help us to attract people that are going to come in our business and help us help our business grow. God, we pray for the rest of the month, people who are going for Christmas cash, people who are going for rank, people that are going through some personal issues right now. We pray that you go into their home and help them and make them feel that it is going to be okay. It's just a season that they're going through. We pray for anyone that's going through a difficult time. We pray for Claudine, dad who's diagnosed with cancer. God, we pray that you touch him and heal him and make him whole again. We pray for anyone else who's sick, anyone who's going through any difficulties, finances, whatever it is, we pray for them, God. We are so thankful for Miss Tannis who had joined this call tonight. We pray a big blessing on her life and in her business, God. We pray for ourselves. We pray for the company. We pray for all the leaders, Mark and everyone else. Lord, we pray that the rest of the year will go well, and we pray for our conference. In your name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right.
You are amazing. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for
I
having
love
me.
you guys. And
Love
yes,
you.
let's have an amazing November.
Yes. Bye.
And whatever. Bye.
Bye.